Hey guys, so of course it's time to get going. It's time to continue that conversation about the human body, ketogenesis, how to get the business, how to get healthy, and all that stuff. So today I want to talk again about epigenetics and methylation. So what the heck is methylation? Well, I'm just learning, so bear with me. It's a process of your body going through all these different kinds of actions to repair or to detox, to clean up and fix things. That's the machine. So you start with the methyl group. So you've got a carbon molecule attached to 4 hydrogen molecules. And that's a methyl group. And that sucker will go and convert into SAM. And SAM will go and donate itself to, let's say, your DNA to do things like, let's turn off the cancer going on. But to get this whole methylation process of the cycle to go and help fix the body, you need things like B12 and folate through your nutrition. The problem is, sometimes through what your mama ate or your grandmother ate, maybe your methylation is a little bit downregulated. Your methylation cycle is not doing so well because they weren't doing well. So if they weren't doing well, then epigenetics plays a role in getting this body back in balance. That's what this stuff's about. Yeah! So, what's the deal? Because we don't want things like MTFR not doing its job and having like a little snipping process going on and creating issues within the enzymatic responses in your body. So basically, the thing that's really weird is that people might have malabsorption problems, which, you know what? I think a lot of you guys have. So if you're not absorbing, because B12 is like the mothership of methylation to get your body back in balance, to fix, clean, and do its job. So B12 comes in foods, obviously, and we know that red meat has a great supply of B12. But if you're not even absorbing that stuff, and if you're not absorbing your folate through fruits, vegetables, and proteins, you're screwed, dude. You can't methylate. You can't detox and fix things and turn off whack genes like cancer. So that's the subject. That's the issue. So people are like running towards, like, let's say, carb backload. Or they'll try to do bulletproof diet, coffee, whatever. Or they'll try to do the ketogenic diet, whatever. Or they'll try to do the HCG diet, whatever. Or they'll try to do raw veganism, whatever. I don't care, whatever, all of them, whatever. If you're not methylating, none of that stuff works. If you're not absorbing your nutrients, because if you've got glutathione, and there's this cycle of glutathione, which is the master internal antioxidant in every cell, and it's got to go into this cycle and turn to homocysteine, and then back to glutathione, and then you've got this really great balance of your body trying to fix itself. And if that's not working, you're not methylating. So, which means that you've got to go, if people say like, oh, that girl Stephanie, everybody's got an opinion, so it's kind of interesting. Just like, we all have one. So people go, oh, that girl, she's like it's her genetics, why she's got the business, right, at 47. No. It is what you do with your genes. So, in twin studies, they realize, because twins have the same genetics, right? The same DNA. Why? And they're born looking the same. Many of them. But let's just take 2 twins who are born looking exactly the same, and over time they kind of look different. Hello? One of them's methylation cycle might be down the frickin' toilet. One might be expressing their epigenetics to their benefit. Less mutations within the DNA. Well, how does that happen? Coffee. 100%, no matter how much you guys try to argue with me, You've got to look at do the benefits outweigh the issues. Coffee, which they tout as being such a fabulous antioxidant, if you're not methylating, you're not getting the antioxidant benefit from the coffee bean. Not only that, coffee it overstimulates your adrenal glands. And that puts a stress on everything. This is a very important part of the body, your adrenal glands. Because they're going to put you in the fight or flight mode, which is going to create mutations in the gene if you're constantly stressed with cortisol. Or they're going to put you right in that perfect rhythm, which puts you at this nice homeostatic level, which makes you what? As you hit 47 and 50 and 60 and so forth and so on, you have the business. The coffee is overstimulating your adrenal glands, and that stress to overproduce adrenaline, then cortisol, then raise your blood glucose levels and insulin, and you've already got insulin resistance partially, creates a bad cycle. That's what can create mutations within your DNA. That's what junks up your methylation process, because you know what coffee is? It's a diuretic. So now you're freaking pissing out. You're not absorbing the nutrients that you need to methylate. You can get as many antioxidants from a freaking avocado. I'm just saying. We get stuck on these concepts of like green tea. But unfortunately, tea has a lot of mold. So if you got a candida, Gita? I didn't say Gita. You say it, didn't I? Gita? Yeah, blood. Okay, so if you have a candida issue, then maybe you can't get the benefits from the freaking green tea, because you've got to weigh the risks and the benefits to everything you do. Now, I suggest you guys go and do some research yourself. It's very funny because a doctor will say, "Oh, where did you get the internet? Well, you can't trust." Well, if you've got two brain cells you can rub together, you can go down that rabbit's hole, look at some studies, and start analyzing and using your own intuition on what makes sense and what does not. But just to run to a doctor to solve your problem, no. You are your own best advocate. And that's what the whole deal is. That's what the whole PhD and Stephanie Booyah means. We're all just human, right? It's so interesting in the medical community. They freaking oppose each other. One saying, don't do this. One saying, do this. You have to be your own best advocate. And that's what I am an expert in. It's the art of paying attention. I could have as many freaking PhDs under my belt and not be paying attention, and send you down the wrong path and give you pharmaceuticals that do not fix the problem. You guys have to methylate, and you have to have that nice cleanup and support, turn off crappy things like cancer and shitty diseases and autoimmune disorders, and turn on the things that boost your internal antioxidant, like glutathione. So that's the message that I'm trying to give you. You want to get into ketosis? Freaking fantastic, right? Will that support your methylation process? Yes. Will that alter your DNA and make you age backwards? Abso-freaking-lutely. It's amazing. And it's an underground movement rising to the surface, because we're finally realizing what freaking bodies are made for. They're not made for this stuff. Stupid junk piece of crap. That's what this is. Does it help us move quicker through society? Yes. Can I learn a lot of stuff? Yes. Can I influence society with these things? Yes. Or through this thing right in there? Yes. But ultimately, as far as my individual DNA, this shit's poisonous. It's like the older I get, the more I get it. Life is not about the superficial. You can have all the money you want, and all the toys you want, and all the material things you want, and you're not methylating. So you feel like crap. You're tired, you're hungry, you're not hungry, you get the shakes, you've got diabetes, you've got depression, yeah? You've got guys, your testosterones have lessened, and you don't feel good, but you've got that toy. Oh, look at my little shiny toy. But it doesn't mean anything because you wake up depressed. Or you wake up, you're like, snooze, I'm so tired, snooze. There are people who feel like, I just have to have my afternoon nap. That stuff is not normal, people. Being a night owl is not normal. You are not connected to the circadian rhythm. And if you're not connected to the circadian rhythm, those material things mean nothing. Null. They mean nothing at all. And that's where I'm starting to go with all of these videos. Yes, the ketogenic diet, it's more of a lifestyle. Which I call it the non-BS diet or a lifestyle. Because to get into a state of ketosis, you have to go and you have to get into the conscious mind, because we operate on the subconscious mind, which is we can like get up, take a shower, poop, blah, 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 and we can get through our day. We don't have to use our mind. We don't have to pay attention. The art of paying attention is down the toilet. Do people ask the big questions, who, what, where, why, and how? No! Because they run through the subconscious mind that's on autopilot. And then the crappy things happen, you have no clue, and you feel like shite. So, what to do? Well, once you get out of the subconscious mind and wake up, so the subconscious mind, an example of that is driving for 5 miles, talking on your phone, you don't have a single memory of where, like, what things look like, nothing, because you're into the conversation, then that means that the subconscious mind is on autopilot getting you through the road, and your whole body knows how to balance out to not crash. That's the subconscious mind, which has its place. But in reality, I did not want to do part 2. People are like, you need to be a YouTube partner so your videos can be an hour. And I'm like, do I really want to talk an hour? Okay, so it's 15 minutes is great to try to pack it in. So what you want to do is methylate. You want to go and see what the deal is. Are you absorbing your nutrients? Get rid of all the crap. Get rid of the alcohol. Get rid of the crappy sleep. Get to freaking bed on time. Wake up and get that first hour of light. Take out, you're going to try to keto adapt. Fantastic bomb. Graduate yourself down. Get your gut flora back in balance. Check out what kind of poison you have in your water source. Do you have xenoestrogens on the foods that you're eating? Are you drinking commercial dairy? Get off of that stuff. You're not going to methylate. And you're going to age. And when it's done, it's done. Can't get it back. So when I say to people that I'm 47, yeah, and I got energy, and I'm able to keep my hormones in balance, because I don't even see some dudes with this type of muscularity, and I'm like, why? Oh, I'm sorry. They don't know how to express their DNA. They don't know how to go through the whole epigenetics line and go tinker, 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 and methylate. This subject is so interesting. It's not my genes. It's not the way I was born. I wasn't born with like these excellent genes that make me look like this. I have to constantly be checks and balances to put myself in a nice homeostatic level so I can methylate, to make sure that I'm absorbing my B12 and my folate, and I'm trying to get rid of as many toxins as I can, boost my glutathione and homocysteine pattern, and exercise, and get into a state of ketosis. Learn how to use fat as your main source of fuel. If you choose to do that, it's the best shite ever, because now your cells are not inundated with too much glucose, which does ages advanced glycation end product. If you guys want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com or Stephanie the Business Person on my Facebook fan page. I try to answer everyone's questions there. Or you can go to my Instagram, Instagram me, Stephanie Ketogenic, to learn more about this stuff.